and Major Hector Quintanilla is now the chief of Project Blue Book. Major Quintanilla, what are the objectives of Project Blue Book?
As I'm standing there, I kind of, it's a very hard feeling to describe. Skinny arms, skinny legs, but I could only see about half of this thing.
It was just an eye-opening experience. There was a ship coming over the house.
It was like a white light sort of thing that we saw. It was coming out of a cloud.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this short little episode of Alien Strand Podcast. Just kind of letting you guys know what's happening tonight. So tonight I'm going to be talking with Mr. John Dickinson. We're going to do our part 2 because he wanted to go into deeper length, but we couldn't because we were running out of time. So we're going to do the part 2 tonight. It'll be a live audio podcast only, I believe. So we were having so many issues with the video podcasting because I think he was having issues on his end, or because of the areas where he lives, it's kind of hard to get him on video. So what we're going to try to do is tonight about 7:30 Central Time, we'll get him live on the audio podcast. I will not be on video. I will just be on audio. So look for it on Spreaker. And then we'll be live on there on Spreaker tonight. And then after that, it automatically uploads to YouTube, Spotify, all those other good things, right? So remember, this podcast is going to be tonight. We're going to be talking, like I said, to Mr. John Dickinson about what happened to him, right? And the different places that he had traveled to, right? And that's the scary part about what happened to him is he has a lot of memories of this interactions with these extraterrestrials, right? And because he was gone, he felt like he was gone for like 3 weeks. So, like I said, we're going to try to get him, we are going to get him on the show tonight, probably around 7:30 Central Time, 7:30. We're going to push around that time. I'll let you guys know. Be looking out here on my Facebook page. So what time we'll be going on live. Then after that, we are going to get him on the actual Patreon. We'll have a small video podcast. He's going to be able to talk to, kind of explain himself a little bit better. A short video there on Patreon, maybe about 15 minutes long. That would be for the paid subscribers for Patreon. They'll be able to see his interview, his video interview that we're going to try to do tonight after the audio podcast. All right, please catch up to it tonight. It's a very important one. He wanted to get a lot off his chest the other day, and he was able to. So, but I was able to rerun it again on Spreaker. I took off the first 30 minutes of it because it's on audio. It was getting a lot of glitches and stuff. So I was able to put the last 30 minutes on the audio podcast. So go back on Spreaker, listen to it. Look out for Alien Strand Podcast, and you'll search Alien Strand Podcast anywhere on all your audio platforms: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Deezer, Alexa. She'll give you some Alien Strand Podcast everywhere. We are everywhere on audio platforms. So we'll be catching it live tonight on audio. Be sure to catch up with it. It's going to be a great one. You can actually, if you download the Spreaker app, it's called Spreaker. When we go on live, you can actually chat. I'll see your chats coming down, and we can talk back and forth as the audio podcast is going. It's a live radio show. All right. So that's the good thing about it. Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. I know it's still warm outside down here in South Texas, but anyway, like I said, tonight, Alien Strand Podcast. Catch us tonight live on audio, 7:30. All right. Just be looking out for the audio podcast on Spreaker. search for Alien Strand Podcast. You'll see us pop up there. He's going to give the rest of his story. Okay. So he's still real nervous about it, but he's going to get his story out there. He wants to give the disclosure of exactly what happened to him. All right. I hope you guys are ready for that. Don't forget, like I said, tonight it'll be live audio podcast feed. Then after that, we're going to go a live video, not live. We're going to be a recorded video feed as well. That's going to go on Patreon. So if you're a paid subscriber to Patreon, thank you so much for that. And you'll be able to see that interview, probably about another extra 30 minutes of that one-on-one as we're talking face-to-face. All right. So that'd be a great one. All right, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying Alien Strand Podcast, what it's about and what we do here. I have a lot of disclosure videos, man. I have like, oh my God, like 20 of them, maybe more that I'm going to do by myself after this podcast today. So it'll probably be sometime this week. After Halloween, I'll get another one out, and I want to show you guys a lot of video disclosure that we did. We actually did one today as well. It was brought to my attention by Danielle, and then ended up, just kind of breaking it down. It was great disclosure that happened today, and it was. You guys need to see a lot of this stuff that's happening as we break these things down to show you that we're not full of crap. Now, speaking about that, Alien Strand Podcast page, our page here, it's an actual business page, the Alien Strand Podcast, not the global, the podcast page. So, guys, please, when you're actually commenting, don't be ugly to each other or anything like that, because I'll pull you out that fast. Okay. I already pulled out like 5 to 10 people already because they were just being ugly and talking horrible to each other. That don't fly on Alien Strand. All right. We're about disclosure. We're about getting it out there. Even if you think it's not real, it's okay to agree to disagree. You can still do that and not be awful about it. All right. So, just be good to each other while you discuss these things. It doesn't have to be awful. Okay. And when you start doing that and acting stupid like that, I'll pull you right out. Okay. And then you can go do that at another group where they allow it. I'm not going to do it on Alien Strand Podcast. All right. Just make sure that you guys are courteous to each other and, just be regular human beings, man. Just kind of, when you talk about something, talk about it, say, hey, I don't think it's this, it might be this, whatever. Pull out your proof, your disclosure, however you have it. And you can still comment, and still say, I don't believe it or whatever. All we do is throw the information out to you. It's up to you to decide. Okay. So that's up to you. And if you don't believe in it, that's cool too. You can go to another group, go check it out or wherever. And if you might see the same video pop up somewhere else, but it's okay. That's all right too. But just don't be awful. All right. Because when you start trolling, start doing stuff like that, I'll pull you right out. And then I'll add you to 100 other groups to pull you out as well. That's one thing about Alien Strand. You guys don't know about it. We are administrators of over 100 other groups. So if you're going to do this crap on my page or any of these other pages, be sure we're watching you. We don't like to be that way. We want everybody to learn disclosure, but if you're going to troll, we're going to troll you back and make sure we throw you out in the water, man, because we don't need people like that. All right, guys. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I had to get it off my chest for a minute. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Catch us on the audio podcast tonight with Mr. John Dickinson. We'll be talking about his adventures there with the extraterrestrial and the things that happened to him. Not adventures. It's something that really that it bothered him for some time, and he held it in for many, many years. But he finally got to get the disclosure out the other day, and he's got a lot more to say. All right. See you guys tonight, 7:30, Alien Strand Podcast. Catch it on audio tonight and on Patreon video. All right. Patreon's the only one's going to have a video. See you later on tonight.